What scene in the movie really pissed you off? Near the end of The Wedding Singer, when that douchebag Glenn thinks it's so nice of himself to agree to let Juliet lean over him when they fly over the Vegas Strip. That little smirk he does makes me want to punch the TV. Not a specific movie, but I hate it when a character is trying to be sneaky, but they're also having a conversation with someone that the person they're hiding from could easily hear. Example, in Back to the Future 2. When Marty is hiding in the back of Biff's car whilst shouting at Doc Brown into a walkie-talkie. The end of I Am Legend missed the whole point of the book's ending. In Office Space, when Milton didn't get his slice of cake, still bothers me 21 years later. John Wick. When Viggo knocks John out but then ties him up instead of just killing him. Monsieur, I know that the bad guy not taking the opportunity to kill the hero is a common thing, but killing John is literally Viggo's only goal. John has nothing that Viggo needs, and Viggo himself delivered a huge speech about what an unstoppable badass John is. If anybody should have taken the opportunity to kill John while he was defenseless, it's Viggo. Every scene where Percy's face appeared on my screen in The Green Mile. The end of Grease, where the car flies into the air for no reason. It's not a scene, it's a trope. The I have to tell you this thing but I won't tell you because telling you would speed up the plot, and I need you to find out through other means that I know this thing so that there can be a contrived and forced conflict 2/3 into the movie that we'll reconcile several minutes later. Trope. I fucking hate that. It's bad. Lazy fucking writing. Autobots teleporting from America to England via terrible transition in the last Transformer movie. Iron Man 3. Tony threatens a terrorist and then walks around his house in the only one of his 42 suits that doesn't have any weapons on it. If he'd been wearing literally any suit from Mark 1 to 41, those choppers wouldn't have been a problem, monsieur. Anytime a chessboard is set up incorrectly or an impossible move is played, this happens way too much. Seriously. Here are a ton of examples. Silence of the Lambs. Board is set up wrong. Amit. Evil. When he says checkmate with his rook move, but it would have been impossible based on the position. Aladdin uses a 7x7 board and has no king for the white pieces. Shawshank Redemption. Board set up wrong. Independence Day. Julius says it is not mate. But it is. Oh, never mind, this is a character refusing to admit the mate. Avengers. Board incorrect. Justice. Board incorrect. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Checkmate announced, but that is clearly not mate. Asterisk. This actually was a cool endgame combination designed by I.M. Silman, but IRC it did not translate on screen like how he had planned. Shaft. Board and the bar set up wrong. Legally Blonde 2. Board wrong. Da Vinci Code. Set up incorrectly. Rise of Planet of the Apes. Board is wrong. Paranoia. Checkmate announced but clearly not mate. Captain America. Civil War. The board in the tower is wrong. Even movies about chess or ones that specifically reference chess have inaccuracies. Searching for Bobby Fischer has tournament inaccuracies. No clock, no recorded moves, etc. Or the awful movie Checkmate has a board set up wrong despite the title referencing chess. WTF. Even the very cool movie Pawn Sacrifice is still riddled with minor chess mistakes, despite the fact that many real positions were used in several scenes. Board set up wrong. Impossible positions. Incorrect mates. Seriously. Hollywood. Hire a freaking chess player to help set up boards. Hit me up. Towards the end of Speed, when Sandra Bullock's character is told to stay put for a minute, I knew in my heart that after being a total step to the plate badass for the entire movie, that they were going to have her do something stupid and banal. Sure enough, she steps out into the open, gets nabbed, and then gets put into a damsel in distress situation for Keanu to save. Deleted. In one of the G.I. Joe films, there's an explosion underwater and the ice at the top falls down and starts landing on the underwater base. Ice floats. The end of Titanic. When Rose dies, she goes into the afterlife to be with some dude she had a fling with 80 years ago. What about her husband? People she spent a lifetime with? Maybe a child that died before her. I am making some assumptions, but you get my point. I know this is silly, but the scene in Face Off where they do the face stroking thing, I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it just makes me cringe. Any scene in Harry Potter that could be completely and easily solved with magic they've already demonstrated in the previous films. It's like they forget every spell they've ever learned except the one the story wants them to use. First scene in the Artemis Fowl movie shows the main character, who is notoriously unathletic and uncoordinated in the books, riding some waves on a surfboard. Any scene in the Terminator films where the Terminator shoots a gun and misses. You're telling me Skynet can build intelligent machines and they figured out time travel, yet they can't be programmed to aim straight? Not really pissed off, but an entire theater of slightly pissed off people. I was in college and a bunch of us went to see the X-Files movie in the theater. This was in Texas. There's a scene when Mulder is in Dallas and he asks a bunch of kids at a playground where the alien or whatever went, and they all point west towards some huge Rockies-type mountains. The whole theater of Texans spit out their popcorn and WTFD at the same time.